Richard Lynch here, Math and Science for Youth tutoring platform. And we're here to address one of the most important questions that anybody can ask regarding math or science when it comes to even outside of the age range that this is targeting for, outside of the middle school and high school age range. Um, it's actually very important in the business space and in secondary education. And the question, sometimes you ask it or you hear it, and it's supposed to be sarcastic or funny, but there are real answers to this question, and we will address them. And the question is, what is the point? What is the point of all of this, right? What is the point of math? What is the point of science? What is the point of it all? And you know, don't feel bad for asking that question. It's a legitimate question, and you know, answering that question for yourself for individual subjects, individual topics will help you to better understand these topics in general. For example, I hear what is the point of all this as an automatic argument against math and science, but no one actually comes up with real answers to the question so that they can better understand or at least be motivated to understand the real answers. And one of the major one of the major reasons for the advanced maths as you progress from an algebra, a geometry, up to like a trigonometry, up to a pre-calculus, up to a calculus, and then using those advanced advanced maths in your sciences like physics and chemistry and things like that, is that you are able to describe more things using more advanced maths. For example, if you can describe the area of a triangle, and then with a lower level math, but then you also can advance to know what's the area under a certain curve using different math techniques, and then that will allow you to make more connections to the real world. For example, in some of the more advanced maths, you have to know the slopes of lines and you have to know the area under the lines. And sometimes that may coordinate to, let's say, forces, or let's say that might coordinate to stresses in a system. And that might better help you understand where you need to reinforce something. If you're designing a part or designing a bridge, you should know more accurately whether or not you need to reinforce this area or use cheaper materials here, or restructure or in some other areas. Some of these more advanced maths are just a better, more accurate way of understanding what's going on in the world. And you have to be able to use those maths to accurately describe things when you're doing things in the real world. And how to set up experiments. And even knowing finding out more information that you couldn't find out before requires a knowledge of what this what the use of the information that you get and how to use that information in your experiments. Sometimes you collect data, and the higher level maths will allow you to understand that data a lot better, and that applies to a lot of different fields. Um, Individually, if you would like to know the specific reasons for individual maths and sciences, I'm available for tutoring. But geometry, calculus, pre-calc, all these different individual maths have their own specific reasons why. But in terms of overall reasons why you want to progress through the maths, is that you are able to set up better um, you were able to set up better experiments to understand what's going on in the world. You were able to explain things a lot better, be more accurate with what you're trying to find out. So those are the main reasons, and they translate up to more practical jobs. A lot of engineers, a lot of scientists, lab scientists, data analysis, even setting up experiments need to know how math works at a higher level in order to even be able to enter those jobs, and in secondary education as well. So that's the main reason for this whole video. is to try to explain to you that there is a reason for these higher level maths, and there is a reason why you progress. There is a reason why some sciences are at some math levels, and then you do the same science at a different level, math level, and it's a totally different class because now you're able to describe things more accurately. So that's it for this video. Thanks for tuning in and looking forward to sharing more information on the next one.